Okay, we have the following. A proportional relationship is represented by the equation 4x equals 10y. If k equals if y equals k times x, where k is the constant of proportionality, then what is the value of k? Please show your work on the sketch pad. Okay, so we know that when we have proportional relationships, sorry, once we have proportional relationships as equations, they have to be represented in the form y equals k times x. Okay, so notice the y has to be isolated, has to be by itself. Okay, but notice the equation that they give us: 4x equals 10y, right? So notice here, you need to ask yourself, where is the y located? Is it located on the left side of my equation, or is it located on the right side of my equation? It's located on the right side of my equation. So I'm going to be looking at my right side. I'm not going to be looking at my left side right now. I'm going to look for the coefficient of the y. So in this case, my coefficient, or the number being multiplied by y, is 10. So I want to get rid of that 10, but I can't just get rid of it. I have to divide both sides of my equation by 10, because dividing by 10 is the inverse or opposite operation of multiplying by 10. So when I do that, I'm able to cancel out these 10s. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So now I'm left with 4 over 10x equals y. Okay, so notice here my equation, even though the y is over here, guys, notice that it's isolated. So I have y is equal to k, in this case is going to be 4 over 10 times x, right? So this is my k. But notice, is any of the answer choices exactly 4 over 10? No, but that's fine. I'm just going to see on my calculator which one of the answer choices matches 4 over 10. But in order to do that, I need to figure out what 4 over 10 is equal to in decimal form. So 4 over 10 is zero point 0.4. So I need to figure out which one of the answer choices gives me 0.4, 0.4, when I convert it to a decimal. So we know 3 can't be the answer because 3 and zero point 0.4 are not the same thing. So let's look at 5 over 2. 5 divided by 2, that's 2.5. That's not what we want. So we know 5 over, and if you want to write it down so you can keep track. 5 over 2 is 2.5, which we don't want. So you could just make a little note that that is not the answer. Okay? Now we're going to go to 2 over 5. 2 over 5, 0.4. Okay? So the answer would be 2 over 5. And this will be the work shown to get to the answer.